Good morning, YouTubers, and something a little bit different this morning. I've been doing a bit of sort of motor related things and motorcycle things, but one of my real passions is growing stuff, and this weed infested vegetable patch, which I believe it or not does us really well year in and year out. I want to get prepared now because we're in spring now in the UK, and I want to get it all ready for growing. So I wanted to share with you some slightly unusual techniques, but they work really well for me, and I have really good productivity as well. There are loads of nice veg, and there's the remnants of the sweet corn from last year. So I'm going to do things maybe slightly unconventional, but like I said, I have good results from it. So what you can see here, in the height of the growing season, usually looks something like this. Right then, the technique I'm going to adopt is basically going to dig a great big hole, and that's where all the weeds are going to end up, in the bottom of that. And I think it's a great way of sending everything back into the soil. And the only things I'm reluctant to put in the hole is the perennial weeds with the big long tap roots, like dandelions or dockleys or anything like that. But basically everything else just gets chucked in there, and I'll end up putting about 6 or 7 inches of soil on the top of it. And I've done that year in, year out, and it works perfectly, and I think it's a really good environmental way of getting rid of everything. So the wife there has made a start already, and she's doing a cracking job, so I'm just going to get on and dig a great big hole, and that's where everything's going to go. Right, one hole dug, and I'll probably repeat this a few times. Great big tump of soil there, and bucket of weeds, nice and full. Oh, there's a weight on it. Chuck it in. There we go, and I'll bury that now, and it's far enough down for them not to come back up, and I'll just keep repeating that probably another 2 or 3 times, and it'll go and feed the earth. And I've done that for about probably 10 years now, and it seems to work really well, and there's no weeds come back through at that point. They're far enough down that they don't actually make it back to the surface, and they just rot down and become fertilizer and nutrients for the soil. So I will carry on, and you can see it's still quite a bit to go there, and we'll show you what it looks like in the end. And I got another little trick for you that I do as well, which I'll show you too. Right, you saw over there the technique I used, just burying the weeds. I'm going to do something very similar there. The wife's doing a splendid job over there, carrying on weeding. And year on year out, I'm a bit big-headed about this, but we grow the biggest beans ever, and they just produce, and they don't stop right till the end of the season. And my secret, well, I don't know if it is a secret or not, but I've done this year in and year out, and it works a treat. So over here I got the compost bin. Let's open her up. This netting here is to stop our footballs coming over. It's got loads and loads of food waste. It's full to the brim. And basically I'm going to do exactly the same technique as I do with the weeds. Dig a great big hole. I never bother mixing it. All the sort of the top third or top quarter of that compost bin still unrotted waste. So that will go on the bottom of the hole because it's at the top of the bin. And the composted stuff will end up at the top, and then we'll just put a thin layer of soil, and that's what I'll plant my beans in. And this year I'm going to be super lazy. I'm going to dig the hole right there next to the compost bin, and every year I've done it somewhere else. I don't know if you can see in the background right by the fence. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up. I'll see if I can zoom in. Oh, I'm not sure how to do that on this camera. That's where it was, and then I always move it around the garden, and I never thought this year I'm going to put it right next to the compost bin. So just going to remove those couple slabs, and then we're going to move the compost bin somewhere else, and I'm going to dig a great big hole, and that's where the content's going to go in. And I don't bother mixing it, like I said, or anything. And obviously what's at the top of the bin is at the bottom of the hole. That will rot down, the worms will do their stuff, and we have proper Jack and the Beanstalk sort of size beans. They do really just keep growing. So here goes, and I'll show you the progress in a sec. Right, I've dug the hole, so I thought it'd be great to film this bit because it's quite interesting, the content of this bin usually. Hopefully it doesn't let me down. I've built it up now, so I'm going to basically just take the top off, and I'm going to lift it up, and then we'll have a little look what's in there, because usually my son really enjoys this bit because of what's inside. So let's whip that off. Here we go. Let me move this out of the way a bit. Right, check out those worms. So pass me the fork, Noah. So like I said, this top layer, I want that at the bottom of the hole. So I've even been known to put vacuum cleaner dust in there, absolutely anything. So you'll see we'll get to a layer soon, and it'll be probably just worms. So I want this. Oh, here we go. Have a look at that. Go right in. There you go. So they're all doing their job, turning this into lovely compost, and that's why I have such wonderful beans. So I'll just continue with that. So I want to get all that. So, you know, people make a big issue like it's a fine art, you know, how to make compost, but it's not really. Nature will do 99% of the work, just as long as you're putting in just vegetable waste, you know, other things like perhaps eggshells and things. I don't put anything cooked for obvious reason. It just attracts vermin. So I mean, what plant isn't going to love growing in that? That's just going to be absolutely gorgeous. And you can see towards the bottom, if I just show you a little clip, look at that. And that's what the worms have done, that, nothing else. It's just turned it into absolutely gorgeous, high quality soil. So I'll carry on with that. So basically all of that will go in there. I'll probably tamp it down a bit as I walk, you know, just not much, just a little bit, and then that big tump of soil over there will end up going back on top of this. Now, just looking at my subscribers there, I'm heading towards 1,000 slowly. So get me to 1,000 at least, you know, that would be great, you know, and I can get monetized, and I don't know, maybe I'll be able to afford a new shovel or something like that, you know. Got to aim high, haven't I? So hit that subscribe button, leave comments, lots of likes, and support us little guys so we can grow, and it just helps bring loads more content as well. Thanks.
Looking forward to some lovely beans, Noah?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, well, I'll do a little last clip of just what it looks like once I'm all done. I'll just get all this in and then just cover it up. Right, there's the finished result. It's like black gold, that is, and perhaps in a few months I'll show you the results of this really simple procedure. I've relocated the compost bin. It's never moved there, so it's always been in that spot.